Hey everyone, it's Sam and Kim from Fandom UK, and today we're going to break down the brand new Game of Thrones trailer. What's so significant about it, Kim?
Well, it's interesting. It's called A Long Walk, and it shows three of the major characters from Game of Thrones making long walks towards a throne or chair of some kind.
Yeah.
Daenerys, who we see walking towards her brand new throne. It's quite an impressive throne made out of rock, it seems. But the environment that she's walking in is interesting. It looks like she might be back at Dragonstone.
Which is her original homeworld, right?
Yeah, she was born there, and the Targaryens held it for some time. It was taken over at some point by Robert Baratheon, the king, and then given to Stannis Baratheon, who had held it
until recently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jon Snow, on the other hand, we see him walking into the Great Hall at Winterfell. Instead of a throne, he's looking, well, at the table arrangement in the Great Hall and the chair that sits at the head of that table.
So it's interesting that he's not going towards a throne then. It's more of like a democracy, like man of the people kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see him sat down there at the end. They've all got very steely looks on their faces. And then Cersei, of course, she's at King's Landing. She's walking towards the Iron Throne, which of course they all want to get their hands on. She sits down there. So, I mean, it looks like maybe this series, with the focus on those three, it's going to be really focused on the fight between the three of them for the Iron Throne.
But then you've also got this big blue eye of the Night King of the White Walkers at the end, right?
Yeah, that's like the final shot. And interestingly, Cersei, she exhales this icy breath that is also visually linked with the very next shot, which is the eye. I'm wondering if she's linked to the White Walkers in some way.
I've read a few fan theories, and one of them suggests that actually she might become the Night King's queen.
Right.
Is that potential? Like, I think it could be quite interesting.
Possibly.
Turn for the books.
Who knows? It would be interesting. But also it could just signify that instead of actually fighting against each other, they're going to unite to fight against this common foe.
The one that's been leading up for the whole of the Blinking show.
The other interesting thing is the song that soundtracks the whole thing.
Which is Sit Down by James. And one of the key lyrics in that is, those who find they're touched by madness, sit down next to me.
That is an interesting way of looking at things.
Well, there's plenty to see in that Game of Thrones trailer, so go to fandom.com to watch it for yourself, or hit us up on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram with your own take on the new trailer at Get Fandom.